Good afternoon. Today is Friday, the 3rd of January 2025, and the time now is 18 minutes past 12 p.m. in the afternoon. My name is the Bull of Lewisham, and I'm a prize fighter, boxer, pugilist. I first heard this word belief spelled Belief, when I was growing up, when I was probably about 13, 14. And I would use it, or we were using it in the sense of belief, as in disbelief. I always use it a lot in disbelief, like disbelief, like disbelief, like belief, disbelief, and like belief. Now, for me, speaking for me, the Bull of Lewisham, now I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm only one entity here, one person. I'm not part of no gang conspiracy or no shit going on. But just for me now, I don't really go by belief. Belief is not really in my conscious state of mind. No, not belief, no. I've been honest. I don't go by belief, no. I don't really use belief. Like, for instance, if you said to me, oh, Mount Sinai, the one that Moses went up, do I believe it exists? You said, do I believe it exists? I probably, because I've heard of it, I wouldn't have a debate about that. I'll probably just say, I know, I'd probably say, yeah, it does exist. I don't operate on the belief system. I don't operate on belief. I think that's a European concept. I think like in Africa, in my mother country is probably Egypt. Probably the land of Egypt. I'm being honest now, yeah, Egypt. But in our cultures back home, we don't have belief. We don't like words like belief and faith, and that's not part of our. Like in our African language, we don't have those words. These are European. Like I'm in a Brexit. Like these are your words. I'm not trying to be sarcastic or be rude, but these are English. Obviously, these are English Anglo-Saxon words. These are not African. We don't have these kind of. That's not part of our vocabulary. We don't have words like if we say we don't say to an African out in the plains, like in Africa, we have plains that open. Like he wouldn't say to another African, "Do you believe there's a lion over there?" Everyone expects they say, "Do you believe?" Because they know the foregone conclusion. They know there's lions there. So you're gonna say to him, "Do you believe there's lions there?" Or "Do you believe like?" Um, Trying to give another analogy in Africa. He said, "Do you believe?" Do you believe Grand Zoso Inkambawa and Mababa in Pise was the greatest tribal chieftain in the village? He wouldn't say to me, "Do you believe that?" He would tell him the story of him. That's the belief. He'll tell the other African in the plains of Africa the story of Mbababa, Mbelise, Ntutu, Mpafasa, Fufufu, Ifetsisi, the chieftain in Africa. He'll tell him the story of this chieftain to tell him that that's the belief, that the talking of it, the reciting of it is the belief. So for us in Africa, the talking, the storytelling is the belief. Because you're saying it. Back home, we don't say things for saying it. We're not those types of people. We're not dishonest. We're not dishonest people. We don't say things to you. We don't say things to you. We don't lie in that way, especially about Mfufisi, Mfututu, Mfumbawa, Mfilisi, Mfisi. That chieftain, we're not going to lie about him. That's the truth. So I don't operate. When I say I'm only one entity, so I'm only the Bull of Lewisham, but maybe other people of my culture, ethnicity, they may operate on beliefs. Don't go by. Don't make a generalization and say, "Oh, the Bull of Lewisham don't operate on belief." That they all don't do that. No, other West Indians might operate on belief. Yeah, they probably do because they believe in God. So that's the belief. They believe in God, but they've never met God. They've never met Him, but they still believe. So that's. I don't have to operate on 50% or 90%. They're so sure because if you've never met the thing that you believe in, then you've never met it. I'm talking about in a Brexit in Europe, that these West Indians and Africans here, they believe, they had that faith, that, oh yeah, they know. But they don't know, because what I'm saying is, nobody's met God, have they? Moses didn't meet God, he saw the back of God, or he didn't meet God. There was no introduction, there was no shaking of hands, was there? God didn't come down in human form and say, shake my hand, brother, and this is me, Yahweh. He didn't shake his hand, did he? It was like a surreal. But anyway, what I'm saying, that these Africans now, they had this belief in this God here, this Christian God. So this is for me now, one last thing. Belief has a slight negative tinge to it, in my mind, to belief, because if you see it, if you feel it, if you think it, if you do it, if you speak it, there it is. That's right there, yeah.